All right, how's everyone doing? So, just want to hop on today and jump into follow up on a post I made a little while ago about the best shoes to wear for training, and get into that a little bit more. Kind of just speak on the different options you have available, what you wear for training, maybe what you're currently wearing, what I believe is the best type of shoe or types of shoes to wear. Um, Not only for, I guess we can even break it down into not just like weightlifting, like training, like doing sprints, things like that. Train like an athlete or just overall walking, running. So when it comes to actually in the gym lifting, I think the best shoe is no shoes. Um, or if you need some shoes, something very minimal, like a minimalist term, or even flat. You see a lot of like power lifter. There's an the heavy lifter guys. If you go to the gym, a lot of times they're wearing like Chuck Taylors or something with something flat, like a flat bottom shoe. But I prefer to go barefoot or in socks, just because that gives more of that natural feel, where you can, and it's good for emphasis, even with like new clients learning to train, kind of emphasize using their feet and gripping the ground with their feet and things like that. So getting that natural feel. So I prefer to go barefoot or in socks, or when I do wear shoes, I'll wear like minimalist shoes. So something that's not like the typical running shoe, big and foamy. I can grab. That's why I'm out here, so I can grab a few examples. So yeah, so for training, you don't necessarily want to wear something big and like foamy like this. Um, a lot of people wear like running shoes for training. Um, they're fine for running and running long distance. That's what they're made for. A little bit more cushion, things like that. So your feet aren't taking a pounding, because when you are running, especially if you're running on blacktop, your feet take a pounding. That's why I'm not a big fan of long distance running. It's a lot of wear and tear on the joints that way. Is that constant pounding. But why I don't like running shoes for lifting is obviously a lot of them are big and foamy, kind of like look like you're on a, like these are kind of like a marshmallow. You see like the some of the crazy Easies or anything like that. Looks like you're on a giant marshmallow, and it's just too cushiony, too unstable of a surface. Kind of like even like you're in like a sand dune stepper in sand, standing on a pillow, things like that. Like it's just gonna cause, if you're trying, someone like a lot of new people coming in, newer clients, newbies of training, they struggle with stability and balance as it is, and then they're on a unbalanced, squishy, soft surface. That's not going to help. It's not going to help build. So if you don't wear like running shoes for training, look for something that is more, even like Air Force One. Not my favorite for training, just because they're so heavy and kind of body. They are my favorite shoes of all time, though. But that's a whole different story. So you see, they're more of a flat bottom, things like that, or a Chuck Taylor. But type of Nike shoe, something like that is built for training. A flatter bottom, so you just kind of get more of a natural feel. But my personal favorite recently that I finally went all in and bought a pair of Vivo Barefoots. I love these things. They're very minimalist. They're light. A lot of room in the toes as well. So I enjoy these. Some other ones that I've had in the past, New Balance used to make some minimal shoes. I wish they still made them. Those are one of my favorites of all time. But I wear these for lifting. If I do wear shoes, just because it allows freedom, freedom for your ankle to move too. That's a big thing. If you're wearing like high tops or you're stuck in boots or high heels all day, your ankles probably are lack the mobility to do a lot of lifts. So train with minimalist shoes or barefoot is going to allow you to strengthen your feet, strengthen your ankles, get more mobility, and just have an overall better feeling for the ground, rather than if you're wearing big, puffy, foamy running shoes. So when it comes to training, lifting, I think minimalist or barefoot are the best. But obviously, you don't want to just jump into it if you've been doing training like basketball shoes, running shoes, something else for a long time, because that's a good way for foot injuries and just bruised heels, bruised toes, broken toes, things like that. Just pain in the feet. So don't just jump into that. Same as with if you are wearing them for running or anything like that for minimalist shoes. Just don't jump into it right away. Gradually ease into it. Maybe start with your warm up wearing no shoes, and then ease into doing like your squats with no shoes or something like that. Rather than just jump in and go all in and start sprinting no feet, no shoes. Because I don't even do that. I'll wear my minimalist shoes a little bit for sprinting, but then we get, yeah, kind of get into that. What I wear for sprinting. If I had access to a track, I would wear track spikes, but I don't. I wish I did. I might try to see if we can get into high school and use that track. But yeah, I usually just run on grass. So I wear my baseball, which are football cleats. So molded spikes, I just wear those because if I'm going to be cutting, I'm be sprinting, grip the ground. So especially if the ground is a little bit wet, like it is in the mornings and dew and stuff like that, or rain. So I wear cleats when I'm sprinting on grass. If I'm on like in a gym in my gym, I don't really run in my gym because it's too small. Or I'll do it in my basement in the winter. I will wear like Metcons or like my Vivo Barefoot, something minimalist, something that's made for cutting and traction stuff like that. I don't really wear running shoes that often. Running, walking shoes. I just wear those for running and walking. I don't do a lot of distance running. I'm not a fan of it really, but for walking, yeah, I'll wear. I've even done some um graduated into more of my Vivo Barefoots, my minimalist shoes for walking as much. But yeah, if you do a long time, that can even take a pounding on the feet just walking with that little bit in between. So yeah, I'll wear walking shoes for walking, running shoes for walking, just a little bit more form, just a little bit more support so my feet aren't taking a beating. So I can have healthy feet so I can train and do sprinting and cutting and jumping and things like that. So again, when I'm lifting, I like something minimalist or barefoot just so I can build stronger feet, healthier ankles, and kind of feel the ground. When if I'm using like a cue to grip the ground, tear the ground apart with your feet, that helps. So I'm not off balance. So I'm getting stability with the big toe, little toe, and heel, those that tripod on your foot. So that helps. If I'm training, sprinting, anything, jumping like that, I'll put something. I'm jumping all even wear basketball shoes sometimes if I'm out on the court or something. But just because they do have a little more padding and taking an impact if you're jumping up from the air to the ground or dropping from a box to the ground. But otherwise, I'll wear like sprinting, my football cleats for sprinting and just like Metcons or something like that, a training type shoe. I guess you could call it a CrossFit shoe. A lot of them, but I call them when I grew up, they were called cross trainers. That was the big thing. But now they call them CrossFit because I don't know if is CrossFit even popular anymore. I'm not. Now again, I'm not a huge CrossFit guy, not a big fan of it, but if that's it, floats your boat, so be it. But again, then just use I just use running shoes for walking, running if I'm gonna run long distances, which is not very often. And after watching those people run the long distance in the Olympics, that's not my style. I'll stick to the sprinting. That's what I want to do. It suits me better. It's what I like to do. I enjoy it. It's better for building muscle and staying in shape anyway. Yeah, running and walking shoes if you can, don't use them when you're lifting just because again balance stability, that big foamy piece of foam I guess on the bottom of the shoe on most of them kind of gets you can put you in weird angles and gets you off balance and so but I mean, this doesn't say go buy brand new shoes, but if you are looking for a pair of shoes, look for want to move something minimalist, do that for training, or just train barefoot. That's going to help build your feet strength, build your ankles, get some more mobility, and just overall have a better feeling and better balance and stability on the ground. So those are my thoughts and opinions on training shoes and what to wear for training, for sprinting, for lifting, and for running, walking. So, any questions on any of that, or any recommendations, or maybe you guys want to post what your favorite types of shoes are for training and that such. So, put that in the comments below, or just reach out, send me an email or a direct message, and we'll be in touch. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.